Hey guys, long time no see. Woo, it's been a minute, huh? I am so sorry for ghosting you. It's been about maybe a little more than 2 years since the last time I was on. I believe the last video I did, I was really ill, really sick, and I stayed sick for a couple of months um, before I started feeling better. And I think that just threw me off track. But I am back. All right. For those who do not know me and somehow just came across me on your YouTube, I am Mayaka Anderson. I am a big advocate for self reflection and self examination to get to the life that you desire. All right. So, where do we start? 2019. All right. I was sick. And at the same time, I had just got a new job at the VA. For those who do not know, I was in the healthcare field for about 25 plus years. And so I thought it would be great to go ahead and jump over to the government side and see how the VA works. Needless to say, I was really disappointed in Veterans Affairs. Although their optics are really good to the public, their true morals and values did not line up with what I thought the veterans deserved. So I stayed a year and I progressed in that year, got promoted and all of that, but things just seemed to get worse the higher you went. So I decided to go ahead and transition out of the VA. And my husband was very supportive of it. It was just too much, too hard. Let's see. Since then, I have written a book. I have published a book. My book is Confronting Reflections. And basically, it is a documentary kind of my life in my darkest periods. I think in some of my earlier videos, I shared a little bit about what was going on with me. In this book, it's about a violation that took place in the church with my daughters. And it sent me in a spiral, a downward spiral for 7 years. I literally walked through the valley of death for 7 years. And the fact that I am still sitting here today amazes me. Every day is a gift because my mental state was blown. I was definitely vibrating at the lowest level you could get to and still be alive. But I do have this book, and I wrote this book because in this book I have exercises that go along with my story on how I was able to overcome the darkness with the help of the Most High. So I share those exercises, I share my story because there are a lot of people going through a lot of traumatic experiences and they don't see a light. There's no light. It's total darkness, and they are truly by themselves. And you say, well, how can they be by themselves? You know, they got family, they got friends, they seem happy. The truth is, you kind of function on a autopilot, and the true self is sitting in a well somewhere, kind of like that movie Get Out, where he's down in that's exactly what it feels like. And you just can't connect. But on the outside, you look great. On the outside, you're smiling and you're laughing. And on the inside, you're dying. And the truth is, it's really sad because the people that are closest to you, they don't even know the light has went out of your eyes. They're talking to you. They're looking dead in your face. And they have no clue that you're not there. And it's no fault to them because it really is hard because we put on a really good show. But it's just scary to know that no matter how much you reach out, there's no connection there. There's no lifeline. So this book is to help anyone who may be going through some traumatic experiences, those that are experiencing depression, because unless you have been there, unless you have been in those dark places, it's really hard to share with other people because they really think that you can just pop out of it. Like, just get better, just feel better, but it doesn't work like that. And I don't know why, and I wish it did. So those words that we know that you mean to say them to help, they don't help. And sometimes they will further drive the person down into that hole, and you don't even see them going in. They just kind of smile and, and go on about their way. But inside, they are literally, you have shredded them. You have shredded them even more than they're shredding themselves. So that's what this book is about. It is available on Amazon. And with this book, I created a workbook with it so that because you can do exercises and just get a plain piece of paper. But I did this workbook because I wanted to do a little more instructions on how the book, how you can be guided through the book to do these exercises. So I go through each little exercise with a little blurb so that you really understand the instructions and how to do the work. And then there's extra pages, here that you can go ahead and write, write your assignments, what you're doing in the book, So I have a little coloring page because what I found out as I was doing this work for myself, to heal myself, I found that I needed breaks because it was hard. And although there's 7 exercises here, it took me about 1.5 years to get through all of these to start to heal. 7 exercises, 1.5 years to start to heal, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work on the inside. And to tell you the truth, not everyone will be wanting or will be able to take the journey so easily. I found that I tried to, I sought out help. I went to see a therapist, and I wasn't ready. And actually, the first assignment she gave me was to journal. And I talk about this in the book. I went home and I was going to journal, get the pen and paper. I'm going to journal and write all these feelings down. The problem with the journaling at the point of my life then is that I had so much anger and so much to say, to come out, that my hand couldn't keep up. It just wanted to pour out. And it got so frustrating that I just quit the journaling. And as a matter of fact, I went back to the therapist and I was so mad because at this time the spirit of anger had taken over my life. So I was something to deal with. I walked in the office and I looked at her and I said, "This journaling is stupid and I don't want to do it anymore." And I took the journal and I just threw it at her and I walked off. And that was the last time I dealt with a therapist. I was just really upset that I couldn't get my feelings out in a civilized manner. And that wasn't the best way to handle it, but that's where I was. So this book and this workbook are both available on Amazon. And it is just a way, if you know anyone who is struggling, if you know anyone who is trying to change their life for the better, anyone that you feel may be depressed, suicidal, this book and workbook would be a great gift for them. Just to say that and get that out of the way. So like I said, dealing with self can heal. It can definitely heal. Dealing with self can heal you, asking some hard baseline questions. And one day I'll do a video on exactly what happened. What happened to me with the church. It was all over the news. It made national news. So it was a big deal. It was a big deal, and it broke up my family. It broke up my relationship with my children. It broke up my relationship with God. It broke up all kinds of stuff. And at the end, it just broke me up and I was broken. So I am now healed. I can talk about this without being angry or without crying now. That took some time too, a lot of grief. And the truth is, I think everything started with grief because I lost so much. And then I didn't realize grief turned into anger. And then anger just went on a rampage and was destroying all kinds of stuff. So that's something we do not want. And we do want to help those that are struggling, especially this time of year, because there are a lot of people who have already lost loved ones that kind of held them together, or that have just experienced something that they just can't deal with or don't know how to deal with. So hopefully this book, that's why I wrote it in this workbook, will help someone. Let's see what else. So I did the book, and so I rebranded this page. It is now Rooted Vines. Why? Because my husband and I are opening a health and wellness emporium. We open this Sunday, December 18th, 2022. All things to align the mind, the body, and the spirit. Because the truth is, unless you are aligned in all three places, you are off balance somewhere in your life. All right. Western medicine always looks at the body separate from the mind, separate from the spirit. But the truth is, they all work together. And unless you are feeding all three of those, somewhere there's going to be an offset. So Rooted Vines, it has been created to help in all of those aspects. My book is also on the website. If you choose not to go to Amazon, you can just get it directly from me. That's more of the spiritual part, but I will be coming up with courses and classes to take where I can walk people through one-on-one, because sometimes you do need someone to do this work one-on-one and to hold you accountable and to even see if that you're ready. Because if you're not ready, it's okay. It's okay. And you will find out really quick if you're ready to do this work or not. It hits you dead in your face, like, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm so excited to be back. So the honeybee is gone. You got Rooted Vines, Mayaka Anderson. My husband will pop on here and there. I want to be able to show lifestyle content, how I live, because my life is really peaceful. I only invite those that are on the same vibration as me into my life. I only take phone calls from people who are vibrating at my level, because I want harmony and peace in my life, and everybody wants that. But sometimes we don't choose the right people, places, or things to come in our life to create that. And I'm just here to say, just to let you know that it's okay, especially when you're starting out. There's a lot of beliefs that were poured into us when we entered this realm. I talk about this in the book also. Soon as you're born, you got your parents, and they're going to pour into you what they want you to be. They kind of mold you. They give you your religion. They give you your name. They give you, the rules of their house, how they live, all of that. You go to school, same thing. Teachers, they give you a rule. They give you expectations. Some of them tell you what you're going to be, what you're not going to be. Your parents do that too. You got your friends. They're pouring into you, what you should look like, how you should sound, what you should like. You got TV programming. Everyone's programming you. Everyone's pouring in. By the time you get to be an adult, you have no clue who you are. And that is one of the major problems I feel in the United States, is that people love to program you. And then when you wake up, you have no clue who you are, what you like. That's why we're all searching for our passion. We had our passion when we were younger, and someone went and just like reprogrammed that whole situation and was like, no, that's not what you're going to do. Or you can't make money at that. I know my dad was like that. I was into music. This is in the 80s. I wrote songs, and I thought I was going to be a dancer in 6th grade. And my dad was like, no, because you can't make money off of that. Nobody's making money off of that. You can't do that. You need to have a solid career. You need to be able to make some kind of income. So guess what? That was reprogramming me. I had to let go of what was making me happy then. And who knows? Maybe I would have stayed in music, or maybe I would have found another passion to supersede that. I will never know, because I was not allowed to really flow with that and experiment with that to see who I would have become. And a lot of us find ourselves in that boat. And then some of us always knew our passion, but now that you're older, you're like, how in the world do I get into that? Like, that's so past. Like, now I got to go to school. I'm older. My mind don't work the way it used to. I'm not as sharp. We got all these excuses, but I'm here to tell you that you are able to go back and regain who you were, your passions, the lifestyle you desired, it's never too late to do that, right? So that's what I've been doing ever since I came back into myself. And I'm still learning new things about myself all the time. But one thing that was very important once you start discovering yourself is to create an environment that is peaceful, that is going to resound with and vibrate with your being and you growing. So I know for me in my changes, I can't deal with certain type of movies. Violence, cussing, all of that disturbs my spirit. I can feel that being, and people laugh about it. Oh, she can't watch this. Oh, her spirit. But it's true, because you do have to realize you are feeding your spirit, whatever your eyes, your ears, hear and see, what you're taking in your feelings, all of that resonates not only with your mind, but with your spirit. So you have, like I said, you have to keep that in line. If not, something is off balance. And sometimes it'd be very obvious, and other times you're really going to have to question yourself to find out what's off balance, because sometimes it can be so slight you don't even know it's that, right? You have to be careful with the music that you're listening to, because music, you have low vibrations and high vibrations, and it can mess up your vibrations. You know, music is very powerful. You listen to a lot of sad music, guess what? You end up feeling sad, right? You put on happy music, let's go. Like, I'm ready to go. Motivational music, you know. So you already know that these things are powerful. So I always watch when I'm, watch what I watch on TV, what I listen to in music, the people that I hang around. What are they talking about? Because if you're going to gossip about so-and-so all day, I'm really not into that. Don't call me about that. I always deal with my mom, because my mom, whoo, my mom is a gossiper. I think I said something about this in another video. But we went through a time that I didn't talk to my mom, because every time she called, she had something to say about someone else. It wasn't really about, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Having a normal conversation. She's gotten much better with that. But if you're calling just to talk about stuff that don't matter, like it's not going to grow me and it's definitely not going to grow you, then I don't really want to hear about it, right? You do have to be careful with those type of conversations. What kind of people are you inviting into your life? People who seem to be okay, but then they call you and they give you a problem, right? And you have solutions, but every solution you give, they have an excuse on why that's not going to work. Guess what? You got to go. You got to go. And it's very hard to sacrifice, but you do have to cut off certain people. You do have to cut off certain places. And I tell people this all the time. I did a video on Facebook not too long ago, because there was a lot of people talking about the Black community when Takeoff transitioned. So was murdered, transitioned. That, when are we going to wake up and stop killing each other, and when this? The problem is that we all have a responsibility, each individual. So unfortunately, sometimes you have to let go of places that you normally frequent when you want to change your life, right? So me, I'm not going to be in the hood, doing whatever, because I know that there's a risk there. There is a risk every time I go into a certain place. Every time I used to go, and I'm so thankful that nothing ever happened when I was younger and I went to the club, because there was a risk even going to the club. You don't know those people. You don't know if people are after those people. You don't know if someone gonna come in there and shoot up the club. You don't know if there's been so many people that walk out the club and they're innocent, but somebody's waiting out there and they just start shooting and they're gone, right? There are certain environments that carry a risk of violence, unfortunately, and we never know when it might happen or who it might happen to. And it's very unfortunate. So that's why I said you have to be mindful of the people that you're around, the environments that you go, because the risk can be high. Now, a lot of us have done all of this and we are just fine, but there's a lot of people who have done this and we have had to say goodbye to, right? So this is part of self-examination. What do you want in your life? And what are you willing to let go to get that type of life, right? So I let go of a lot of things. And sometimes it is family that you have to let go of to build a better and peaceful life. My life is very peaceful. People sometimes laugh at me, I'm like that little old lady, but I'm really not. Like, I'm doing the things that I like. I do my plants. My house is full of plants, I do my prayers, my affirmations. I'm writing books. Like, I'm doing things that I enjoy that not only bring me peace, but when people walk in my home, they feel the peace. Like, they feel like this is a safe place. This is a home. This is where you come for healing. When you walk through that door, your mind is getting reset. Your spirit is getting reset. Your physical being is feeling different. So that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm all about. And I created myself. I had to recreate myself. So you can say I was born again. I had to leave things behind and new things have come through. I'm big at when I learn something, I apply it in my life if it's positive. So I do a lot of YouTube videos. And when I hear something and it resonates with me, I make sure I write that down. Not only do I write it down, but then I apply it in my life. And then I watch the changes, because changes do come when you start to apply certain things into your life. There's a lot of people out here who are doing the physical thing. And that's great, because I read a lot of metaphysic books. I read physics books. I read books about math, because I really, truly believe that God is numbers. I don't know why, but I truly believe that. And through those studies, I did find God, and I found that God is not what they teach in the church. This box, this genie. I just pray to you and things happen. I can't explain what the Most High is, because it's so big, right? It's massive. But one thing I do know is that nothing will happen until you start to make things happen. The Most High has already given power to you. Power to create, power to change, power to bring in, power to take out. You've gotten all the power you need. And yet people keep asking and asking for these things to happen when you can make them happen, because the power has already been granted. So I don't know what you're doing. That's why people they go to church and they sit on the same pew for 15 years asking for the same thing, because they refuse to what? Move their feet. Nobody wants to do the work. Nothing is going to come to you just by osmosis. Sometimes we're just in the way and good luck passes us and hits us and things happen in our favor. But if you are not intentionally living that life, that only happens once in a blue moon, right? Because you're going to be right back where you've always been. Your mindset is broken, fractured. Your spirit is hurt, damaged, broken. Your body is not healthy because you choose to eat fast food or things that are not good for you. These are choices that we make. These are choices that can make and break us, including our lifestyle, including the kind of people that we meet in relationships. If you are always in some weird, backwards, not happy relationship, it's time to look at yourself, because you're choosing these people, right? If you're always having girlfriends that are jealous, you need to figure this out, because we are setting energies, and you put energies out there and you're catching people. Fishermen of men, you're catching people because of your vibration, and then they're doing you wrong and you want to be upset about it. But you are participating in the things that are going on because you chose it. You can walk away freely if you choose to, but a lot of us are too scared. That's why you have people who live on the same block for years, never gone to the next block, never traveled outside their zone, their city, their state, country, because they're known there and they're scared of the unknown. Because if I step out of here, I'm a nobody. Nobody knows my name. I got to start over. I don't know how to deal or talk with these type of people. Those people get stuck. They're scared. We have to be willing to step out on faith and let the universe solidify every step that we take, and know that it's going to be okay. That's the only way opportunities can come your way. That's the only way you're going to change your life. So that's what this channel is about. I came on here and I think I went a little too hard, but I missed you guys. I missed you guys, and I hope that you are doing well. I hope that things are going well for you. I look forward to doing more videos. I am going to schedule lots of different content to come on here. Hopefully, maybe we'll do even an exercise out of my book together. I can walk you through, but it's getting ready to go on 30 minutes. I don't want to go too long, but I've been gone so long, I had so much to say, right? Oh, one of the biggest things I did not mention is that we moved. So we moved, we left Oceanside, California, and we are in Georgia, y'all. I'm down south, honey. Ooh, the Southern Belle. Sipping my sweet tea. I even got a sunroom. All right, maybe I'll do a video in the sunroom one day. Oh, we living it up. I'm telling you, I am loving Georgia. I enjoyed California for the short time we were there, but I am so happy to be down here, down south, next to my family, my grandbabies. It's just a whole new life. So new place, new store, new book, new me, new YouTube channel. All right. I am so blessed to be here and to be able to share a little bit of my story and who I am. And I will be posting every Sunday at 6. So I hope you tune in. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel. And let's be a catalyst to our own change. Let's get out there and do something great. Do it scared, do it without knowing. I built my whole website, had no clue what I was doing, but boy, YouTube is the joint. You hear me? YouTube is the joint. I learned how to do all kinds of new things. I'm not good with this computer thing, YouTube, all that. I'm not savvy, but let me tell you something. I am so grateful to have certain platforms where people are willing to share their knowledge with you. It's just amazing to me. But anyways, I'm going to get ready to let you go because I'm sure I talked your ear off. But like I said, I am so excited. If you can join us Sunday, December 18th at 6 p.m., I'm going to try and go live here on YouTube. Also, we are hosting our grand opening on live for on Facebook Live. And I'll try and see if I can go and do YouTube also. And then you can jump in and just join us. We're just kind of raising our glasses and our vibrations and just celebrating what has been done. Me and my husband, since we met, we talked about getting a business up and going, and it has come to fruition just like that. We're here, y'all. Rooted Vines is here. Check out the products that we have. Like I said, we are trying to align your mind, your body, and your spirit so that you can have the optimal living experience in your life. All right. So I am going to let you go. 30 minutes is going by. I think it's probably too long, but I'll see if I can shorten these later on, depending on, how I'm feeling. It might get good. All right, y'all. Well, I love you. Be blessed and bless others in your blessings, and know that you are not alone in this world. We are all here. We are not created to be an island amongst ourselves. We are created to be a communal people. And once we realize that, we will see that we will go much further together than alone. All right. Blessings and peace and ashe, ashe. Bye, y'all.